So, what is up, people? Back again here on the Sim Racer Ash channel. We've actually got some sort of sim racing related content this time. Just gonna do a quick hot lapping session, really. Bit of a sort of free drive session on Assetto Corsa. We've got the Ferrari SF70H, which I believe was the 2017 Formula 1 car, and yeah, we'll gonna be going around Imola, at least to start off with, and we'll see how we get on. So yeah, okay. It's been a while since I've been on Assetto Corsa, so this could go really well, or it could be a dumpster fire. All over the shop. Imola, obviously known for being a challenging circuit. I absolutely hate that chicane there, to be honest with you. That's sort of my nemesis when it comes to this circuit, just trying to get it right for that particular corner. Oh Jesus, had to catch the back end there. Uh-oh, coming in a bit hot. A little bit odd for me getting used to not driving with VR as well. Obviously, I'm on the PS5, so I need to send away from my adapter. Feed it in, feed it. Feed over. Take a little bit earlier, but a little bit smoother. There we go. Oh! petrol bags. Yes, people, I'm not perfect. I do make mistakes as well. Especially when I've just literally come off the back of a F1 career mode race. I'm a little bit sort of getting into the slower things. First time on Assetto Corsa in a very long time actually, so right, okay, time to whip it round. There we are. Luckily, as we're only just doing a... Oh, Jesus Christ, come on. We're doing a practice run, so it's like no tyre wear or fuel consumption turned on, but still, pain in the bum. I mean, obviously, as you can probably tell, I'm not running any manis, no ABS, no traction control or any of that stuff. So, there you go. With Formula 1 cars, don't, you know, you've got to nurse them right, otherwise they will bite you, like that. Oh! I think we've still got some dirt on the tyres. Might be why. Grip might be a little bit of a premium to start off with. Right, here we go. In, there we are. Sweet. Had this short shift to prevent the wheel spin there, could really feel that kicking in. Just down, feed it through, roll it in. Now that's the side of power, don't really try to drive the power too much in the corner, don't do it on the exit, of course, this big bump, yikes! CSL giving more than a match for myself. Oh, big save, big save. Imagine that with a podium DD1. Holy crap, that would hurt. Well, probably more the DD2. If that was a DD2 base right there, I think my wrist would be in the next planet. So, yeah. Absolutely love the CSL Elite. Brilliant bit of kit. CSL Elite with some Sport B3s. Absolutely brilliant. Realistically, you don't need to go much. Oh, you don't need to go any higher really if you're on a console. I mean, if you've got the cash, of course, go to the podium, but really up to you. I personally wouldn't say that it's necessary. Then again, I've never really been in that sort of position to have the means to do so. which got complete was £710 in UK money. That was a lot of money for me, so that's really as far as I could consider going. You know, I simply don't have £1,800 sitting about doing nothing, you know. Just hit the tyre on the grass there, that was scary. You can see the F1 cars really don't like being chucked about like they do on the F1 games, that is for sure. Happens to be a lot more precise, work a lot harder, like the feedback as well. Yeah, of course, I can turn it down, up and down as I please, but you know, I like that sort of more hardcore feeling when I come onto a game like this. Racing simulators really are the equivalent of BDSM for the racing fan. Joking, of course. And if you don't know what that is because you're a child, yeah, just it's magic cheese and fairy dust. Felt much better through there. Put it down, get it in nicely, short shift and bang on it, sorry, to go. Yeah, lovely. We'll try and get it slowed down, roll it in, third, roll it in, beat the power gently, now more aggressive, put a stomp on it, and sort of hammer it down the straight. To a brake zone, get it slowed down nicely. through there. 4th, 5th, 6th. Nice. Oh, that comes up a bit quicker than you think when you go in at high speed. Oh, too much on the brakes. Oh, on the accelerator too much now. Yep. Okie doke. So I was doing really well and then messed it up. Coming back into pit lane here. Oh, yikes. Here we go. We've got ultra soft, super soft, soft, medium. I believe is what I'm on. Tell you what, stick me on ultra softs. Make my car as absolutely light as possible. See if there's any difference. Can be 136.1. It's probably a slow time. But I don't think there's really any data for a 2017 F1 car around here, to be honest with you. Whew. Yeah. He didn't speak there for a couple of moments. As I was concentrating on the road and the car, and yeah, to be fair, that is absolutely it's brilliant, really, how well they've done. I mean, Assetto Corsa again sort of got left behind. Just going back into the pits. Pits. Just do that there, just to make the engine quieter so that perhaps you can actually hear me. Certainly so that I can actually hear what I'm saying. Especially with the Pulse 3Ds. I mean, wow, the experience is a lot better. I thoroughly recommend those if you can actually get your hands on some. Yeah, absolutely. Really enjoyed this particularly vivid session on Assetto Corsa. I mean, this game was decent on launch, but there were some inconsistencies. Like, for example, you could go full throttle up Eau Rouge and Radion at Spa in a GT3 Ferrari. Ferrari, probably, what was it, 458 or maybe the 488 GT3 car, and you would be fine. I remember doing a few sessions there with some people that I raced against at the time, and holy moly, yeah, that was interesting. So yeah, there's that. But now, I think probably a good 2 years ago now, they sort of did updates and stuff around sort of 18, 19 sort of time, and they've really sort of transitioned the game. Yeah, probably 2019. They've really sort of sorted out the PlayStation and Xbox port for this game, and now it is definitely a sim, not a simcade. Well, I don't know. Maybe you could class a simcade, I guess, if you set it up right, but that might depend more on your skill level. But yeah, it's a fantastic game. I wouldn't imagine it's too expensive nowadays. In fact, actually, I think it's available on PlayStation Now. If that's a service that you subscribe to, I think it's $8.99 a month or something. It's yes, it's another monthly subscription, I guess, and people without a stable income, that might be a little bit difficult. I certainly have to budget for that, and a couple of other subscriptions like Amazon and stuff. Yeah, it's one of those things, but it's a really, really solid game. There's a lot of content, especially if you can get your hands on the Ultimate Edition. as I have, which has all the DLC. So you know, there's a decent amount of cars in here. You know, the tracks. Okay, maybe there isn't 17 bajillion tracks like you might get on, say, the PC version. I mean, don't forget the relative, you know, communities really. The PC, yes, there is so much more you can do in terms of, you know, applying mods and stuff, but there's so much more outlay than when you're playing on a console. I think that's something that people perhaps maybe should have in mind all the time with sim racing, is if you're using a you know, PlayStation, an Xbox, whether it be the PS4 or Xbox One, or even an Xbox One S or PS4 Pro, of course, it's just updated versions of that. Or maybe you're lucky, like myself, and got the PS5. I was lucky to get that on launch day. And no, that's not a rubbing it in. That is a genuine recognition of being lucky. Mainly thanks to family on that one, I'll be honest with you. In fact, pretty much entirely down to family as to how I managed to get that on launch. So, yeah, kudos. I mean, due to certain things which I don't really want to talk about in broadcasts and things, I've touched on it before. You know, I have stuff like autism and things, so getting out every day and, you know, being able to function like every other human being, I guess, sometimes isn't really as easy as it should be. So for me, I spend a lot more time doing things like sim racing and playing other video games, I guess. You know, I'm still active and things. You know, I play football, but again, sort of within people I know and stuff. So, yeah, let's not divulge on a massive tangent that lasts about 3 hours worth of conversation, because no one really needs to hear my life story. Because A, no one watches, and B, I can't be bothered to sit here rambling. So, yeah, you know, the game's brilliant. The updates they made really made the experience much more interesting. Obviously, playing this on the PS5. This is actually the first time I've played this on my PS5. You know, it's running the PS5 with the Sony Pulse 3D wireless headset. Fanatec CSL Elite and the Club Sport V3 pedals, Playseat, you know, Evolution, black leather. You know, I've got a Sparco sort of headrest cushion. You know, Sparco quality products all the time. You know, especially the Hypergrip gloves. I mean, you know, have been intrigued to have a look at the Hypergrip Plus. It's got 2 pairs of Hypergrips, which I really enjoy. I think they're really good. Not overly expensive either, really, to be honest with you. The Sparco GT Vent t-shirt, you know, they're really good for not making you sweat like an absolute baboon and sim racing, so that's good. In terms of footwear, currently running with the Puma. I want to say Drift Cats, but I'm not sure if they're Evo Cats or Drift Cats, because whether it's Evo Cat, Speed Cat, or Drift Cat, because I've had them a while. In fact, I've got two pairs of those as well. I've got a black leather sort of finish with the white Puma branding, and then some red trim with with the Ferrari logo on, and also the pair I'm wearing at the moment, and probably have been wearing more for the past maybe year and a half or so. I managed to get hands on a limited edition pair, the red sort of suede finish, really lovely finish, which was sort of team up between Puma and Sparco. So yeah, sort of almost look at sort of like the Ferrari shoes, that you would find on the Ferrari F1 suit. Except it's like a red suede finish, the white Puma logos, of course, and then Sparco logo at the top of the tongue, and another Puma logo, sort of like a retro logo, in a beautiful sort of gold finish just above the but not that that makes any difference to everyone else, of course. It makes a difference to me, in that it makes my feet, and people say, why do people use gloves, why do they wear shoes, like specific shoes for it? Well, I would say it's, some might say it's psychological, some might say it's performance. Is that true? Probably. But that's really something for everyone to decide on their own individual terms. In my case, it's all about protecting two vital things. It is protection of the equipment, so my wheel and pedals isn't being destroyed by by the sweat and oils and stuff that comes off, especially more in longer sessions. If you're doing, say, a 6-hour endurance race, your wheel and pedals is probably going to be subject to some pretty grim sweat and things like that. And I know certainly with sort of the further up the equipment scale you go, so maybe with a T80 that's not going to matter, but with a CSL Elite and Club Sports, they're really not going to like that. Generally the better the equipment, it tends to get a bit more intricate. That's why the performance is probably higher, but to reach that level of performance they have to do things which are a little bit more intricate, and that means obviously the price bump, which everybody knows is that's why people sort of turn their heads up at prices of certain things and think, fucking hell, how the hell did that happen? But you get what you pay for sometimes. But yeah, it's partially to protect my wheel and pedals, and also to protect the things that you would need to use a wheel and pedals. Something which is also very important, and that is protecting your body. Because let's face it, who wants blisters on the hands and feet from sim racing? I mean, if you're sim racing and you're getting blisters and stuff, that turns something that is supposed to be, even no matter how much of a degree of realism you want, you don't want to be tortured or injured by doing so. So yeah, I mean, it's to protect the equipment, of course, from oils and grease and sweat or whatever may happen, or just general stuff like that, which no one can really help. It's just sort of what happens on your skin, really. But mostly to protect your hands and feet. So, to anyone who sits there and goes, "Oh, you're stupid. You wear gloves. You wear shoes. You've got a headrest." So things like that. It's like, yeah, well, at the end of the day, I'm not the one who has sore feet, sore hands, and a sore neck. You are. So therefore, I can just go about my daily business afterwards as if nothing's happened. You, on the other hand, are going to be feeling it for ages. In fact, I remember I used to get absolutely ribbed because I used to race in a suit, which I must admit I only really stopped racing in a suit because I didn't have one that fit. And my previous one ripped at the crotch. Yeah, I went to stand up, getting out the seat one day, and yeah, less than less than convenient circumstantial thing happened. So that was that. But I do plan, as it is my birthday in a couple of weeks, that I'm planning on getting a Sparko Thunder karting suit, which should be quite nice. So yeah, I mean, obviously, I've been outside of the the frame when it comes to sim racing recently, and I plan on getting back into it and getting it back sort of into my routine. So, what better way of doing that than by buying things that remind me to do it? So yeah. Anyway, this lasted like getting on for the best part of 45 minutes. I don't want to ramble on too long. Don't really want to mess about too much and waste too much of my day personally, and also everyone else's. To anyone who does watch, you're not going to want to sit here and watch me rambling. In fact, you've probably skipped about 15 minutes of this video. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off here, and until next time, sayonara.